Hello everybody, this is Cecilia here from Not Too Old to Be Crafty. I live in Washington, and while most of the rest of the country have been complaining about very hot days, we haven't really had very hot days over here. Actually, not one single very hot day. We've mostly had cold and rainy weather. My daughter and her husband, who lives in South Africa, visited with us about 2 weeks ago, and I told them to bring only summer clothes, as I thought it was going to be summer here. Well, eventually she had to borrow some sweaters and jackets from me because it was so cold. They actually wanted to go up in the Space Needle, but it was so overcast that when they got there, they didn't even go up because they said it was going to be too expensive, $47 per person, to go up and not to be able to see anything. So that was quite disappointing for them. But nevertheless, we thoroughly enjoyed our visit with them. Actually, I only saw my daughter 8 years ago last, so it was high time for me to see her. It's not very pleasant. It's actually very difficult to live so far away from your children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We do live here with our one son and his family. It's only the 4 of them, my son, his wife, and then they have 2 sons, one who is now 31 years old and the other one's 24, so they also do not live with their parents anymore. And you know, the young children, we don't see too much of them. When it's Mother's Day or Father's Day or a birthday, they'll just pop in and then they say, okay, but they can only stay for a few minutes because they have to go. But I completely understand that. Well, I'm here to talk about my knitting and my crocheting. So maybe you've noticed that I'm wearing the Plumose Sweater. It's the same one that Sharon made. I've just finished it, and I love it so far. I could just stand up for you so that you can see it better. It's got the yoke with a fair aisle, and then the sleeves. I didn't take the sleeves in. I left them a little bit wide. I thought I'd prefer them like that. And then I just repeated this middle portion of the pattern in the sleeves as well. I've put in waist shaping, and not too much, but just a little bit. So I'm very happy with my sweater that I made. I made quite a lot of other stuff, which I will put up some photos because at the moment they are in South Africa. I made my granddaughter's husband a hooded sweater, one with a kangaroo pouch and a hoodie. Now that was a huge work because he is an extra large and he's extra tall, so everything had to be extra. I'm actually very pleased with the outcome of the sweater, and I will link some pictures over here for you to look at it. Apparently he's also very thrilled with it, and he promised to send me some photos of him wearing it, so maybe I can show that to you on the next occasion. I made my granddaughter a sweater. I think I've shown her sweater already, but that sweater went with him to South Africa, and she is also very pleased with her sweater. I made her 2 messy bun hats, one to go with the sweater that I've made her, as well as one to go with a sweater that I made for her quite a number of years ago. Actually, both sweaters are the same pattern.
Hallo my ouma. Ek het my trui aan, ek kry baie warm, maar dit pas perfectly. Beautiful. Baie dankie, I love you.
And then I made a lot of clothes for my great-grandchildren. I made for each one of them, I made a sweater, and I also made a hoodie and scarves for all of them. When I link the photographs, I'll write there what goes to whom, and I'd like to show that to you. So here are some of the photos that you can look at. Okay, and then I've done some charity knitting for wings that will only go there sometime later this year, where I made this children's hat with a horse there instead of the pom-pom. And to go with it, here is the scarf. It's just made on the Centro machine. So this is the first hat and scarf set I've made for wings. I made another one yesterday, and this is for an adult. This is just the hat. And I tried something new. I made this scarf. It's also made on the Centro machine, but then I dropped every 3rd stitch to give it a bit of a loose pattern. So it makes it a bit more lacy. I have sent this to Laurie already. I think you've all seen it, but here is my chicken that I made. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take part in the chicken exchange because this chicken has already been spoken for. I'm not going to make all the projects for Laurie, not this month. I've made a trivet in the strawberry stitch. Yeah, it's not upside down. The green is very dull, but that was all I had, and I didn't want to go out to buy some extra yarn. This is another trivet, or it can be a faced cloth, but I don't really think it qualifies to be a faced cloth. It's, oh well, maybe it can. Where I have used the tulip stitch. This one I've knit. Okay, this is the right side. I unfortunately can't remember the name of the stitch. I'll look it up and I'll put a description on the screen. But this is this is a knit one. And then I just made two others that I thought I could send for Rose likes to crochet, because she's collecting washcloths for charity as well. This one I just made in the ordinary moss stitch, and this one I did in the herringbone stitch. So this is all I have completed. At the moment I'm busy making a doll just to put it on display here, and I've made the head with the hair, but it's still loose. I must still attach it to the head. I've started with the legs and the body. Now this long neck is she doesn't have a long neck like that, is going to get put into the doll, into the chest. But these are the legs, and I've done it just past the waist now. So this is something I'm busy with at the moment. I didn't put it in reach, but I'll quickly get it for you. This is a hat and a scarf that I've made in the corner to corner stitch. I'm not sure whether I'm going to send it to Wings or whether I'm going to keep it for myself. But as you can see, it's a lovely scarf and it's a beautiful hat. I can't remember where I got the pattern for the scarf, but the hat, I just designed that myself. I didn't have a pattern for it. Or maybe it's the other way around. I can't remember. But if I have a pattern, I will link the pattern in the description box for you. Well, that is all I have for today. So, goodbye, my friends. You have a lovely week or 2 weeks until I see you again. Bye-bye.